just hit the record button. This is part 2 on YouTube. What's up, guys, of making this tree. We're adding the texturing today. I'm going to solidify the inside. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Please follow the Twitch if you haven't, because we do this live every Monday going forward. And then we're going to, like I said, the texturing is going to be different here because I've never done this before. So I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know. I've seen it done on YouTube from other channels. So I know it does work. I've never done this, so I don't know if it's going to work for me. So I'm a little nervous. So please bear with me. Bear 11 Charlie. Anyway, let me grab the glue gun. Off. Got a whole box of these things. And then we're going to fill the inside with glue. While that's going on, I got a big-ass bottle of Mod Podge. I'm not going to water it down. I think I'm going to do that after the fact. So what I'm going to do, this is my idea here. I got Scott paper towels because they have wavy lines. I said cameras picking up the lines. I figured that might add a good texturing since it's a tree. A lot of trees have those kinds of lines down in terms of the bark and shit like that. So I'm hoping when we soak it in the Mod Podge, it'll keep this kind of like line, this wavy texturing on it, and it'll feel like bark, you know, especially after it's wet and dried and solidified or whatever. Is that fan on? Yeah, it is. Can you put it on high? That's great. I got bubble. My wife has a bubble machine. It's just silly ass. Such a silly. I know. Jesus Christ. They're everywhere. Yeah. That's my wife, folks. You turn the fan up higher. Crazy. So I'm going to use this. Now, you hit the little, the other one. Hit that again. Shut that off. I don't want that timer on. Okay. The other button. No. There you go. Thank you. So, now you could go this way, but the lines are going this way. So I'm going to rip 2 at a time. All right. Hey, what's up, Beardo? So far, so good. We're about to start. We're about to add some texturing to this tree. My wife is going crazy with her bubble machine. So, we're going to texture this. I got bubbles everywhere. What the fuck did you just do? Oh, my God. Anyway, so I'm going to add it this way. So 2 should do the trick. What I am going to do, I got Scott tissue specifically because I know that it doesn't really, it's not good like brawny. It doesn't absorb all that well, which is what I wanted. I wanted to kind of see. So I'm going to double it up. It already, I like that. I like that a lot. In the branches, I'm going to rip the paper up and then just kind of add it a little bit at a time. We're going to do that second. We're going to do the main base of the tree first. So let's do that first. Or actually, maybe what I'll do. Okay, so let me just rip a sheet off. Let me just rip these sheets like this. Okay. Now, just keep in mind, you're going to be wasting brushes. I know that kind of sucks, but that's basically what's going to happen. You know? I don't know if my ears are getting sensitive or something got louder in this, but I had to turn down the thing. And I've had to do that right? That's weird. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Nobody said anything about the rules. Chuck, you dude is in the house. What you doing, dude? We're about to add texturing to this tree, Chuck, while my wife plays with a bubble machine. So we got this tree here. We're going to take these Scott paper towels. We got these wavy lines on them. There they go. They're coming in the shot. So that maybe we can get some cool little textures on this tree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint up here first and then just start kind of adding around the branches and shit like that. And then just kind of really shaping it and just kind of soaking it in Mod Podge until it stays. Obviously, I'm going to put a base of Mod Podge down first and then kind of put this down onto it. Hopefully it stays. I know it's aluminum foil, so I'm a little wary of how it's going to work. But we're about to find out. So I got 2 of these trees to do. Probably going to do one today and then one next Monday. Happy accident is I realized fucking with these trees that I realized that these things go perfect with the mine shaft that I'm making. I was like, oh shit, this could be like a whole cool little horror diorama thing that I got going on here. So I'm excited about that. So and I want to finish them all now. I want to get it all done so I can put them next to each other and maybe kind of get a cool little set going here. I'm going to have to go buy more brushes, which sucks balls because I just bought these brushes, but I have a feeling I'm going to have to use them. I'm just going to use this one, my old one, and I'll just buy new ones. All right, so you could rinse it out really good because Mod Podge kind of comes out with hot water because it's really just water-based. So that's why it's not really, like you could seal this stuff, but if you take it outside and it gets wet, it's still going to get fucked up. I'm gonna paint this whole top with some Mod Podge here. I'm not watering it down because I want it to stick. Oh shit, I got some Mod Podge. Very little, not a lot. So we're gonna turn this thing. It's going to be very hard to do because of how all the branches and shit. Let me know if you guys can hear me because I've lowered my mic so I can't really hear. All right. All right, now, fingers crossed. I'm going to take this. And then we're gonna fold it so that it's thick because I want it to be a little bit thicker so that it actually covers all of the imperfections of the tree. All right. That's kind of sticking. That shit's kind of sticking. All right. Might have something here. Oh, shit. Hey. Actually might be working here. Oh my God, so we might have some textures here. Brush it down. I would use this Scott tissue because, like I said, of the lines that are already on it. I'd actually add to the tree bark. But I just basically put a layer of Mod Podge down, put it on, and now I'm just kind of brushing the Mod Podge onto the paper towel so that it stays. It's crazy. It should also give it some heft. Make it a little bit more solid and shit. You're basically paper macheing paper towels onto this shit. I appreciate you, Chuck, coming in here. Same thing with Justin. Thank you, guys. Oh, wow, you can even kind of mesh it in. This actually is going to extra seal the top too, so when I fill it with hot glue, it'll actually, shouldn't be no leaks. Now I'm just trying to wet the whole fucking paper towel so I can then kind of shape it into the tree. I will get a jar in a second. Babe, do you have any like empty like jars or containers I could just fill with water? I can mix some water down Mod Podge? No? I guess I'm on my own, ain't I? What's he doing? Down us? That down into like those corners there and those crevices. I guess there's no wrong way to do this. Oh, absolutely, Chuck. You are very welcome. Let me know if the music is too loud or if anything is, like I said, if you guys can't hear me. Like I said, I know I lowered my shit here so it wouldn't hurt my ears. I think I'm getting too old, boys. The good thing about Mod Podge, it dries fairly quickly. So I've never actually did this before, so I don't know how long this is going to take to dry. I'm just going to make sure I get all of the paper towel here because I want this to stay. Trying to really flatten it out. I don't want you to see like where like the paper towel kind of ends. I don't want you to see that. Kind of mold this shit. It was just kind of crazy. But I was worried about like pieces of it not sticking. That's what I was worried about. Spots just. Okay. I mean, they still have the method of the hot glue, but I'm not going to do that. So as you can see, I might do, instead of doing the double, I might just do the single. So let's just do a single version of it. And we'll just paint one single version of it on. Let's see how it looks here. Fingers crossed. If it works, then that's the way we'll do it. We'll just do single sheets, which would actually be good because I could spread it out. Okay. Single sheet. That. Around the branch. Rip over here too. Get it around this branch. I assume you're gonna have to add like more layers as we go. I think the single one is the way to go. Yeah. Single paper towel. Single paper towel. Okay. Yeah, so I would do single sheets. Don't double them up. This way the paper, the Mod Podge will seep into it more. You can really kind of shape it to the base. Yeah, oh yeah. Much better. And like I said, you just basically can soak like little sheets, like paper mache it if you want. I don't have rubber gloves, so I'm not gonna do it. If I had like latex gloves, I would just paper mache it. I don't feel like getting Mod Podge all over my fucking hands. Even the single sheet can be a problem. This is gonna be the most annoying part because of how you have to go around shit. But it's actually not too bad considering. And I'm not gonna continue to soak it because it's not doing what I want it to do. All right, so we'll take this one now, and I'll even rip it smaller. Okay, and now we'll do right here. This is driving me crazy. Let's see what I can do. Gonna have to get those hands dirty. I just noticed by pushing it down, it's actually staying. All right. Okay. Hey, we don't have latex gloves anymore, right? Do we? I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, we should have. It's actually, I'm actually liking it. I know you're not going to see. I'm going to turn down the lights and show you in a second, but dude, I don't know. I can't do it without gloves. It's already all over my hand, so fuck it, right? YOLO. Okay. I'm gonna do right here. I'm impressed that the Mod Podge is actually kind of adhering to the aluminum foil, and it's not like beating up and not sticking. That's pretty good. Right. Kind of beating it down. Like I said, I will have these. This comes out well, I will wind up selling these. If anybody's interested, they will be up on the old Etsy. I want you to see like where the paper towels meet. Kind of trying to mold that in. Gotta be honest, it's actually kind of coming out good. I'm gonna add more but for the first set here, because you gotta understand, once this dries and then you start adding to the top of this, you know, it's gonna start looking really good. I also remember I got to stick. I'm gonna try. I gotta go in the garage and get the wire. But I'm gonna go in the garage and we'll make roots. I'm shocked that we almost basically got the whole top done. You just gotta go over here now, get this section in, and then just touch up certain spots. That up. I need another piece of paper towel. Yoink. Oh, jeez. Okay. We're basically going to work in strips. I think that's the smartest because of how much branches I put. That's on me, obviously. I understand that. I take full responsibility for it. But, I guess the bigger the tree, the more shit, I guess the bigger the paper towel you can use. I would recommend just doing it in strips. I'm trying to make all the lines go downward. I know, like, I don't want it to look uniform, but I want it to look a little, you know, the tree is growing upward, so the lines should be going upward. We are getting somewhere, boys. I appreciate you just hanging out with me on this journey, learning with me, because I've never done this before. So, and if you were thinking about doing it, I'm glad that I could help you learn some methods. It's my great honor. I got the Scott paper towels, if anybody's wondering. That's the ones I got. just gotta be careful because the paper towel will come off. But I don't think I soaked that. It doesn't look wet. Very dry. See, my big worry is that it's not gonna stick. That once it dries, it's just gonna fall off the fucking frame. That's my big worry. But I mean, from the YouTube videos that I've seen, it doesn't seem to do that. I just dropped a big glob right on the table. But I know with Mod Podge, at some point you gotta let it dry a little bit. Then otherwise you're basically just fighting against yourself. That's basically starting to happen. It's like too liquidy. Seeing that I'm having problems with it adhering to the hot glue. All right, got to be a point where this All right. It's actually not looking too bad. Problem is the top here. You can see where it like blends, where it meets. We don't want that, so we're gonna try to blend that with the end of the brush here. Okay. They were helping each other out. Chuck. So let me just take this real quick. Just hit it. Maybe I can just dry it off for a little bit. My biggest worry was it retaining like the texture of the paper towel, and it's doing it. I don't mind it. I think the more I do, and when you paint it brown, it actually will start to look really, really good. Up the top looks like it's kind of starting to dry already. So let's just... Let me just try... I got to get rid of this, man. And I also want to finish this. I don't want to be, like I said, lollygagging. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, let me just Okay. All right. Just trying to see where I can put this thing where it'll kind of blend with the tree. I think I might have got trying to just cover all the aluminum foil at the top first before I finally do the rest of the stump. I appreciate that, Chuck. I love it. Although I think with the right amount of hot glue, you could make a horse turd. Hey, Shane, what's up? Making this tree red and the texturing to it. Still got a little spots to go here. Okay. All right, there you go. That tree down. I will say it sticks to the paper towel a lot better than it does the aluminum foil. So the second pass on this thing is going to be something else. It should adhere right to it. I shouldn't have any stupid issues. You would think. You would hope. Ooh, I like how that paper towel wrapped around that branch. Now it looks like it's a part of the tree. Ooh, that looks good. We'll turn the light down in a second so you guys can get a closer look. I'm just trying to make sure that I got the whole top of the tree. There's just one section right here that I didn't get, so let me just get that real quick. Shane, if you're wondering, did you cook the branches in the oven? These aren't real branches. These are from Michael's. These were a Halloween decoration. Yeah, these were a Halloween decoration. I appreciate that, though. That means you think they're real. No, these were Halloween decorations. I got these at Michael's on clearance last year, I think. Yeah, I appreciate that. That means you think it's real, so realistic. Maybe I am something of a diorama maker, huh? I never really thought I was that good at this, quite honest with you. That's not a humble brag. That's being honest. My wife throws shit at me. She hates when I say that shit. I think I got that spot that I missed. Oh God, this is looking so good. With the lined paper towel, it is giving me that texture that I want. which is awesome. Exactly what I wanted for this tree. Because honestly, if I was going to do hot glue, I was going to burn these kinds of lines into the tree anyway. You're actually getting it with it's on the paper towels already. Like I said, it's the Scott brand paper towels. The ones with the wavy lines on them. Okay, we're going to put one right here now because we can. And we'll work on the bottom. Oh man, this is coming out much better than anticipated. Okay. Again, I'm not reinventing the wheel here, and I'm not claiming to. This was made out of a recycled wrapping paper tube. Clearance branch decorations from Michaels, and some aluminum foil I had laying around. We needed paper towels for the house, so I bought a 10-pack roll, and I took 2 for this. So, win-win, right? Okay. Woo. It's looking good. Like I said, we're just going to make our way down the tree. Let all of that dry, and then we'll add another layer. And then one more layer, maybe? I'll do 3. Just to kind of get a cool looking texture with it. I want to make a lot of these. To be honest with you. Does she? My wife is telling me Countess likes candlelight. It hypnotized her to sleep. Aw. Wow, that actually looks pretty good. I don't like how this line is here. But I've noticed, though, if you put a little bit of Mod Podge on it, kind of disappears. It kind of blend right into the other paper towel. Push it in. Let it blend. We'll correct it with the next round. Not bad, man. I don't know if you can see the texture on it. See that texture? That's not bad. It's not bad when you start adding all kinds of browns and all kinds of colors to it. Might actually come out pretty good. We're gonna see. All right, let me grab another. I got fucking Mod Podge all over my hands. I only use 2 sheets. Got a whole other tree to do. We'll do that. We're going to focus on one tree at a time. Now that I'm down at the bottom here. All right. Goal, like I said, the goal is to cover all of the aluminum foil first. The aluminum foil was to start the oblong shape. And then when you start adding all of this, you could go more at the bottom, little at the top, and then you'll have like a nice looking tree. You don't want the tree to be completely cylinder, right? I mean, no tree is like that. Okay. Excuse me. Kind of tap it down. Get the fucking paper towel to kind of blend already. Again, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. Yeah, this up. I didn't get any Mod Podge down here. Now it should stay. Okay. Starting to run out of places to grab the goddamn thing. On it. Now you could do this with clay. I did my research though. They said this is the best way to do it. They said clay, air drying clay cracks and breaks off. The wax clay never really dries, so it gets hot, it'll melt. They say this is the best way to do trees, the diorama trees. That's coming together. That is coming together. I'm just taking the end of the brush here and just kind of making lines so that it just kind of blends with the top of the tree. It didn't really work, but I'm giving it my all here, you know, trying to blend it correct. Turn it over here. I'm going to do over here now. Not much left to this tree to grab. I'm going to let it dry for a little bit, and then I'll do the bottom. Thanks, Shane. I appreciate you, bro. You know what's funny is for the longest time, I always ask myself, like, who the hell wants diorama trees? You know, like, who the fuck It's not until you start making it and you realize how cool it looks and how it can make a diorama stand out, essentially. You realize that diorama trees actually help. Like I said, you could add foliage to it. I'm not going to say you can't. I'm not, because I want it to look dead. I want that horror looking. I want that horror tree look. Actually, a good idea, Shane. Branches here. I will say, you gotta let this base dry, and then the next batch of paper towel that we put on should adhere pretty quickly because it's adhering basically to Mod Podge. All right. So let's now that we can hold it from the branches, let's say fuck it and do the whole goddamn thing. Absolutely, Shane. The devil is in fact in the details. Right. I move my hands like just like Elmer's glue, essentially. All right. I need just a little bit more. Literally one more, and then the whole thing is covered. Okay. All right. Another piece of paper. Do the this other half. we learned our lesson from before, right? That lesson was, what was it? Don't double it up. Doubling up didn't really help, made it worse. Push it in. Make sure that bunch of happy trees. That's right, Justin. Happy trees. The Joy of Dioramas with Tony Ross. That's right. We're going to make a world. You're going to enjoy it with me. Okay. Just trying to push the ends in and like kind of almost like clay. Just kind of mold it together. Okay. All right, we got it. Issue I'm seeing right now is this on the end here. It ain't really staying, which I don't like. Like, come on. What are you doing? Okay. Push this paper towel into like mush into like the other. It's actually kind of working. Okay. So there we go. There's our tree with its texture. It's actually not a bad start. Not a bad start at all. We're gonna have to add a little bit more, obviously, but right now I'm fighting against myself with it because it just continues because it's getting more and more like wet, soaked with this Mod Podge, and it's just starting to like kind of bunch up. So you gotta let it dry. I gotta let it dry. So what I am gonna do right now, just seal this up. Like I said, it's already got the texturing because of this paper towel that has the lines on it. It's already there. Now, hot glue here. We're going to look down here. I don't have a flashlight or anything. If I had a flashlight, I'd be able to kind of see in there. Babe. Never mind. This square light. Actually, might even keep it red so we can see down in it. Can't really hold it. It's glue is extremely hot. Like this. Literally. Go all up in there and goop up in there. And the goal. It's actually smoking. It should just be shooting straight down into it, not on an angle. Let's see how my aim was. It's actually starting to kind of fill up down the hot glue. God damn it. I might have a fucking bunch of hot glue sticks and stick them in a fucking, like a pot. Just explain why the hot glue. Okay, so I'm pouring the hot glue in here so that it solidifies all of the stems together so that the tree branches do not ever move or break. I don't want the trees to kind of like, from like putting action figures on them constantly, I don't want it to eventually wiggle the tree free or break it. Now, this isn't a great method, Shane. I'm spitballing here, you know? But like I said, if I could just get a pot and heat all the glue up to down or just one liquid and pour it in here, I would. By the way, you should have did this first, so I could grab it by the control. Check how we did. Actually does feel a little heavy at the top now. Keep going. Gotta let the tree dry anyway. You know, you know what glue guns need? They need that light that's like on a drill, the little LED light to see what you're doing. Glue guns need that too. Like that bit tighter. Los Angeles pre-roll. I know, right? Try it. Because it's on ultra hot, it's on high. I know, dude. I would fucking be all over a glue gun with a little light on the end of it. I think I'm doing pretty well. So I put essentially 3 glue sticks in there. I can actually feel it. It's actually heavier, for sure. So I got a couple more glue sticks. But yes, shaver. Wow. The glue is definitely falling down in there. It's definitely falling down in there. And this texturing looks really good already. So I think one more maybe coating of like of paper towels onto it, it's gonna look really good. Before I do that though, I want to add some fucking tree roots so that I can eventually fill it with gravel and sand at the bottom so that it's bottom heavy. You could just place this thing wherever you want. You don't got to worry about it falling over because it's going to be too heavy at the bottom. So like I said, you could put action figures on top of it. And with the roots and the weight at the bottom, it should counterbalance it to where it's not going to fucking tip over on you. Shane, $1 million ideas right now, bud. I mean, down here's already kind of dry because the fan has been hitting it. Gotta tell you, this is coming out pretty fucking good. All right, so that's glue stick number, I think, 3 or 4. It is much heavier at the bottom, at the top now. I think it's good. All right, I'm gonna turn it over. I'm gonna let this go like this, and I'm just gonna let it fucking try to like seep all those branches up. But it's much heavier now. It's much heftier. I agree with that, Shane. You should also have an absolute thin precision tip. And you should have a glue gun with like a fan on the end. Like, I know we're going crazy now here, but a small little air thing on it that'll cool it down almost immediately so it doesn't burn. So you can immediately kind of press down and not burn yourself. Wishful thinking, I know, but thinking nonetheless, right? Am I right? In a second, we're going to take us our first smoke break. Been at this now for what, over an hour now. Yeah, an hour and 19 minutes. Okay. Well, technically about an hour and 15 because a 5-minute I know I'm saying cool down fan. That would be sick. I've seen guys spray, get like a spray bottle of water. I mean, this is what they do with cosplay, and they would spray, like they would glue seams and then immediately spray it with cold water to speed up the drying process. It's working. You haven't smoked yet? I smoked right after work, but that was it. Yeah. I don't really smoke all that much anymore, Chuck. Cutting down immensely since I got my job. I'm off tomorrow. I don't have to work tomorrow because I have to go to the doctor. I gotta get an MRI scheduled, and then I got a letter from disability now asking me how long I've been making money. And it's just like, I've only been making money since fucking November 11th, but I guess they want to know about YouTube now. So I'm dealing with all that now. Except if you're on disability, man, don't even bother. Unless you really can't work. Jesus. All right. Shut that light off because we don't need that now. So this is basically the method I'm going to use for both trees. I'm going to fill the top part with hot glue, and then I'm going to texture it with this paper towel and Mod Podge. I think that's the best method. You can cover this whole thing in fucking hot glue if you want to. You can even just go all the way down and make the tree roots with hot glue. Just set this thing on a piece of wax paper and then just go to work. But there's something about this, and it even feels like tree bark. Once you really add a couple more layers, a lot more Mod Podge to really kind of seal everything up. Yeah, but I didn't make a lot of money on YouTube, so I don't have nothing to worry about. So you really can't take anything from me. It's literally like $100 a month. It ain't that fucking much. I'll share it with you. I don't give a shit. You know, it ain't enough. It ain't enough for them to fucking come after me. But I assume they think, you know, because I filed for my taxes with it. But even that, it wasn't a lot of money. Except when we filled out for it. That's why we got a pretty good return back. All right, I'm just gonna now come up here and push down on this paper towel. It's kind of drying, but I think this is when you'll get it to, oh shit, the fan fucking slipped out from under me. This is when you'll get it to really stick now, I think. Because now it's kind of tacky. It's not soaked. And, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, this is definitely the way to do it. Definitely the way to do it. Is there one more coat of this paper towel so you don't see any aluminum foil? Because you kind of see through this layer. I don't want you to be able to see through it. Yeah, I've had a couple of good months, I'm not going to lie to you, where it was, you know, upwards of, you know, like a pretty good, nothing like insane, no thousands, a couple hundred. I think the best month I had was when I first got 2K25 or whatever it was, and we started LSWA. I made about $400 that month, and everybody joining the membership and giving super chats because they liked what I was doing. Since then, I have literally topped out a little over $100 a month, $150 if I'm lucky, you know. But I like I said, I don't do YouTube for the money. I do YouTube to just have fun. I just did that so it can support the hobby because I'm running out. I can't. I got to start paying bills and everything like that. So that's because it goes first. But I still want to buy toys, so that's why I did the membership, just so I can get a little bit of toys. So I just want to fund my hobby. But that's why I'm going to start selling shit, because I feel like sometimes, you know, I don't want to just take money from people. I want people to just kind of like want to support the channel. But I feel like, you know, you want more than just a couple extra videos. You want something tangible. So buy a tree. I appreciate you guys watching on Twitch and on YouTube. This is going to air this on YouTube. I'm recording it right now. I'm very, very impressed with how this is coming out. Like, very impressed. Look at all that. That's all Mod Podge. Yeah, Shane, I'm in the same boat, man. That's why I'm selling all this shit. I need to make extra money. I want disability off my back, but I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get me, trying to think that I'm going to put, like, I've been working X amount and whatever, all this money, which I wasn't. And I was told by my lawyers that I'm allowed to make X amount of dollars a month and I don't have to fucking tell them shit. So with the YouTube, it was literally way under what I was supposed to be making, so I'm not worried at all. Wow, this looks pretty good. I mean, look at all that. Can you see all that? That looks like a fucking tree. I'm very impressed with this. And that aluminum foil under it was a brilliant touch. And we still stand it. We still can stand it. All right, cool. That looks really good. To get all this shit off my hands and light up a fucking joint. Celebratory joint. What do you say? For getting all this done in less than an hour and a half. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate you guys. Let me go rinse this brush. I'll be right back. Let me rinse this brush because I don't want it to go back. All right. So I got that brush rinsed off. Really, 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 really hot water. I agree with that, Justin. Right now, all this stuff is keeping me happy, but you know, I just don't want. I don't want to get in trouble with anybody like disability or anybody like that, because like I said, I wasn't making much money off YouTube. Okay, let's see. This is Cheech and Chong, the drooler. I've become a fan of these. Only 31% THC, so they're not insanely strong, so they don't smack me around a bit, which is nice. But pretty good stuff. You want to know something funny, Shane, about Joe Fest? My boss called me up today. Actually, I called my boss up today because I told him that I wasn't going to be able to make it into work tomorrow because I had to go to the doctor. And he turns around and he goes, "Hey, I want to talk to you. You put in for June 28th, you and your wife." I said, "Yeah." I said, "You denied it." He goes, "I didn't deny it. I just wanted to talk to you guys." And I said, "I was told that you denied it. And that's why I didn't call, because I was a little upset that you just denied it. And I had to talk to you, and I didn't want to talk to you and just have you deny it it's just to my face. So I just was like, fuck it." He was like, "I didn't deny it." He goes, "All you had to do was call me. I was just going to see what was going on." And I was like, well, here we are. So miscommunication fucked this all up for me. I'm not happy about it. Yeah, because I was told by multiple people that it was denied, to not even bother. So, because I was in his peak hours, that's what I heard. He did tell me that. So there was no guarantee that he was going to approve it, because he told me, "No, that's peak hours." And I was just like, all right. That's funny. No. Because he didn't say I could. He didn't say he was giving me the days off. He just said, I never said I denied it. But he did say in that same sentence, like, you requested off at the most peak of all the hours because it's right before 4th of July. And a lot of people took off. So I was like, all right. So it wasn't like he was going to approve it. So I don't know if he was trying to explain to me why he wasn't approving it because of how many people were taking off around that time. Or if he was telling me that he never said I couldn't take it off. I didn't really understand what he was getting at. So I was like, all right. But he never said, "Oh, no, I was giving you that day." He never said that. Now he said, "And from now on, just call me directly. And we'll work it out." And I was like, all right. I said, fine. Yeah. So, and here's the thing. We don't have the money anymore. We had the money saved up from our income tax. We used it for all the stuff. And now, like I said, now disability is starting their happy horse shit with all this YouTube. Well, that's not much, but all this YouTube money they want to know about. So, like I said, it doesn't fucking matter because I didn't start full-time work until November 27th. I said no, November 15th, you know? And I've been sending them pay stubs for that. You know, if I was told I was have to send them pay stubs for all of this stuff, I would have. I had a post office job 4 fucking years ago that I was told I didn't have to send them a fucking thing because it was minimum wage, not even really minimum wage because it was only like 2 hours a day, but it wasn't a lot of money, so it was like under the threshold of what they require. So I didn't have to. I was told by lawyers that I didn't have to. So I don't know what the hell's going on, but I am gonna let him know. So I'm definitely gonna do Joe Fest next year. I told my wife, I said we'll have full year plus under our belts at this job. We'll put in enough equity at this job where we can tell them, listen, we want June X to X off, and they have to, not going to say, because we don't take days off. I only take days off for medical reasons now. I don't really take off for anything else. So I'm going to make sure I have my vacation time all set. I'm going to make sure that that's put in early. And me and her definitely going to go next year. I don't know if I'm driving with anybody. Probably just me and her going to drive ourselves. Maybe even fly down there. I know she doesn't like to fly. But I really don't feel like driving fucking 12 hours. Yeah, here, dude, they don't give a fuck, man. Because I was told there's no overtime at this job, and that's all I do, seems. But I'm looking at that disability paper, and that disability paper had 3 boxes that says, I haven't spoken to my doctor about going back to work. He cleared me, and he didn't clear me. I haven't gone to see him. I'm going tomorrow. But I was told that I could go back to work. Again, by my lawyers. They're like, just start sending them pay stubs, go back to work. I was like, okay. You know, I didn't realize that I had to get cleared. I didn't know that. My condition has gotten worse. It hasn't gotten better. I put that on the paper. I told them about the hospital that I had to go to and the fact that I'm still seeing the doctors for the issues. So I don't know if they're going to say, all right, don't worry about it. But I have been fucked up still. It's worse than it's ever been. When I'm in the car, my back is screaming. My sciatic is bad. My neck hurts. I get migraines. But, you know. Yeah, it's crazy that they have thresholds on that shit. Like I said, we were told we didn't have to work. I mean, we don't work a lot of overtime. And let me be honest with you. This job is so fucking easy. You just drive down, pick something up, and drive back. It's not that hard. You know? It's like for today, for instance. I had a thing. I dropped it at another guy, transferred it to him. He left. I had to stay in my area. Then my wife had one, and I had to meet her to pick that one up. And that was at 2:30. And then the boss calls me up and tells me that I have to now hold that until they tell me to go, which now means I'm going to come home late because the things end at 4:30. If they end at 4:30, you don't have one, and you're in your area, you can go back to the office. Get back to the office around 4:55, maybe 5 o'clock latest. Today, I didn't get back until almost 6 because they made me wait. And I have to go like an hour plus down to drop the thing off, and it's an hour back. And I had to hold it until 3:30, so I didn't get down there until a little bit after 4:30. And then I had to get back at 5:45 because of all traffic. That kind of shit, that's annoying. So it's like you go over a little bit over the overtime. For every Friday now, for the last month and a half, I don't get home until 6:30. Every Friday. It's very annoying. Yeah, so you're going into work at 9, and sometimes my wife, like most Mondays, today was an anomaly, it didn't happen, but most Mondays my wife works until 7:30. We start work at 9. It's 10 and a half hours. Like, I work 10 hours. I'm not going to complain because we need the money, but I don't want it to fucking fuck me up with disability. I mean, if they ask, it's so easy. You're sitting in a car. Anybody can do it. But it does take a lot out of you. Like, if you have these kind of problems, it does take a lot out of you. No, this Friday I wouldn't be able to do it if you did it at 6 because I don't know if I'm going to get back at that time. Last couple of Fridays I haven't. Like I said, last month and a half, every Friday at 2:30, 3 o'clock, they start their happy horse shit. Last Friday, I'm sitting there all day long with nothing. At 2:45, they send me. Broop, I got to go. I'm going on my way there. Broop, I got to go somewhere else. Then I go to get there. Broop, I got to go somewhere else. By the time I was done picking everything up, it was 4:30. I drove down there, got down there at 5:45. Okay. And then by the time I got back to the office in Newburgh, I should have said that. Just doxed to myself. Maybe I'll cut that out. Well, you don't know where the fuck I live. But by the time I got back to the office, it was 6:45. It was 6:40. I was not happy. Because it's like Friday, man. It's like, come on, I want to go home. I want the weekend to start already. You got me fucking sitting here in the car in traffic on Friday night. Yeah, it's rough, dude. It's rough. They say you can get out of the car and walk around. Today, I'm sitting in the car looking on the phone, and literally 3 feet next to me, I'm sitting in the parking lot of a hotel. Broad daylight. Sun is out. It's about 10:30 in the morning. I'm sitting here looking at my phone, and out of my peripheral, I see this black mass walk past me. So what is that, like a dog? I turn around and look. It's a fucking giant black bear that just come walking out the woods and literally 3 feet in front of me, 3 feet next to me. I roll up my window, and he looks at me. I look at him as my window goes up, and then he just saunters right in front of the fucking car and then just walks off into the woods. I was like, what the fuck? I said, holy shit, that was sick. Yeah. I said, okay. That was interesting. It was an eventful fucking Monday. Today I was the last guy back. Everybody was back at their normal time. I got back at 5:45. Because they did that shit. Just wait until we tell you to go. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. He just come walking out and just stared at me. I stared at him. And then and that was a busy area. That was not like I'm not in the middle of the woods, dude. That was like I was by a highway. Like a main road. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, dude, I went, oh, shit, a fucking bear. And I rolled my windows up. I locked the doors. I was like, this motherfucker ain't going to come in this car. I was like, I don't have no food anyway. Clearly, he was looking for something to eat. Yeah, dude, there's a bear in this area, too. They're you know what it is everybody's cutting down their fucking homes, man. They got nowhere to go. You're fucking them up, man. You got to, like, leave them some space. We're taking everything from them. That's why we see coyotes all the time now. We see foxes all the time now. I see snakes everywhere in my yard because they had these homes deeper in the woods and you're cutting them all down and they have nowhere to go now. Oh, yeah. Same time. Yeah, because it was right by a Red Robin, like a Five Guys. So there's a bunch of crap, like a bunch of shitty restaurants around, which I'm assuming they're throwing shit out all the time. But here's the thing, dude. Where this stuff is, it's like I was in a hotel parking lot next to it. Like Red Robin is there. This is like everything's right there. It's so busy. There's this big ass courtyard with a fountain. If that motherfucker would have taken a left instead of going into the woods right, he would have walked right into all of these people, and they would have been screaming. There would have been mass hysteria. That's how close it was. He literally all he had to do was turn left and walk 10 feet. He would have been right, literally in a hotel. Right in a hotel outdoor patio thing. But it's crazy. Yeah, I was mind blown today. Like I said, I got tomorrow off, so I got a lot of stuff to do, though. I got a new computer desk coming, so I got to take this shit apart. I'm going to set up everything again. I'm going to set up my fancy camera again. So I'm going to really be... Then I got to go to the doctor at 2:30. I got to clean my garage some more. I got to pick my wife up from work. So I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. I want to shoot this Iron Man thing. So I got these little bullet lights, the little white LED ones. And I put one in every single... like chamber off to the side. So it's not like, so because it would block his head if it was in front. So I put it off to the side for two reasons. One, so I don't block his head. And two, it'll light up the one next to him. So I have them every other one, so they all light up. So my goal here for the Iron Man diorama is for it to be lit with 24 bullet lights, and that should create enough white light from the back to light up Iron Man from behind, and then I'm going to blast him with color lights from the side and a little bit in the front. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that this week. That's going to be a behind-the-scenes video on the old members only. So if you guys are still, obviously, you guys are subscribed to the channel and you're members, that's going to be on there. So, but that was cool. I set it up today. I got 16 of them up already. I got to put the last 8 up. But because I was like, I want to light this correctly, and those suits would be lit up because they're in pods and shit like that. And you got to see them, right? And I was like, you didn't buy all of these fucking pods for no one to see all these suits behind him, because I just couldn't find a way to light it correctly from like the front, and I just didn't like it because it was flattening out the image. So I was like, well, what if you blast it with white light from behind, the way it would actually look, and all the suits would be lit up proper, and then you can just kind of hit them with color light from the sides, so you'll get the contrast coming through. So that's what I'm doing. I guess I'll show that. That's funny, Chuck. This thing keeps going out on me. I'm trying to smoke it, but I'm letting this thing dry. So if anybody's wondering why we're just kind of hanging out right now, I gotta let this dry. The glue inside of it is solidified because that motherfucker at the top is heavy. It is heavy right now, which is good. That's what I wanted. My glue gun is still going. I'm using these Star Wars blocky bases as glue catchers for my hot glue. So if anybody's wondering what you can do with those things, that's one thing you can do with those things. We're going to do this to the other tree next Monday. And then the following Monday, we're going to paint them all. We're going to paint them both. I painted the mine shaft. Shout out to Action Figure Addict. Thank you for Malice. Malice. Thank you for Malice. I appreciate you, bud. This Sunday on the pre-roll, I'm opening a lot of Valaverse because I ordered the black figures. They should be here this week. And then that's really it for my action figure buying days. As crazy as that sounds. So they're going to be a while before I start buying other action figures. So please stay subscribed to the channel and stay as a member, because that's how I'm buying my action figures now. But if you're with me on Saturday on the Wake and Bake, I bought Blackbeard, Vane, and one of the troopers, so I could swap Vane's legs out because I don't like him. So we're going to do that on the pre-roll this Sunday. I like in this crafting Monday, so it's probably going to stay like this for the foreseeable future. I also know my next day off. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be September 15th, 2026, because we're going to play Wolverine all day long on stream. So, and that might be the day where I go live to both channels. So if you don't, I don't have to worry about it. Follow me on YouTube or Twitch. Yeah, Shane. That's what's happening with me. Just wants over needs. My wife is dancing. What do you listen to? Same song? You listen to the same song? Oh. So, I have a short list of what I want. I do want Sundown. I canceled that pre-order and then realized that he sold out. So if anybody sees Sundown or has an extra Sundown, let me know. He's the only one I really want at this point. I canceled the Despoiler and the Gold Destro. I don't really need that. I canceled Zanya, whatever her name is, with the ski thing. Canceled a lot, and canceled the Arctic Hiss. I canceled quite a few things, man, because real life has now stepped in and it's just like, it's time for you to focus on hobbies and not spending money. Let me take that back. It's time for you to focus on your other hobbies and not collecting. Collecting has to stop. You've collected enough now. Now play with them. So that's what I intend to do. I think, like I say, I'm trying to even think in my head, like, what else do you want? Ant Mark 2 and HAL are both Pulse exclusives. Lame as fuck. That's, Nerd Zoic still has the pre-order up for Sundown. Thank you very much, Chuck. I appreciate you, bud. I'll just get it on his thing. I mean, I know he'll come back out, so I'm not really worried. And I'll find Sundown. It's not a big fucking deal, but he was the only one I was bummed that I had to cancel. Everybody else I didn't give a shit about. Like, I canceled the Ultimate Wolverine, and everybody knows how I am with Wolverine. But when I kept staring at him, he doesn't come with a swappable head. He doesn't come with anything. It's like, you didn't even read this comic. You don't need this Wolverine. And I just canceled the pre-order. The only one I refuse to cancel is the Mezco Conan, because it's like, I've waited this long for this fucking figure. I'm not going to fucking now all of a sudden bail out. I have to have him. Oh, and the Street Fighter ones, because completionist, I need all the fighters. So Zangief and T-Hawk, after that, Street Fighter, that itch is scratched, and I do not need anything else from Street Fighter, to be honest with you. So, the only other ones that I really want to get, I think it was Action Figures sent me the Fortnite Turtles on NECA. I just don't like that they're NECA. I wish they were anybody else. Yeah, Shane, you got to do it, dude. Like, I'm doing that in my garage now. I'm cleaning it up because I'm turning it back into a workshop. So I'm going to start selling stuff on Etsy. I'm not saying that anything is going to sell. I'm confident in my work, but I got to start building an inventory. So I'm just going to start going to work. I'm going to start spending my money on things that matter, because most of my money is going to be going to bills. So whatever money I have spending wise, I'm going to buy things that I really need, like lighting. I need more lighting. Some of those square lights, as great as they are, they don't last very long. They do go bad after a while. The battery doesn't work anymore. They fall and the button stops like really quick. They're very fragile. So you got to be careful. So I got to replace a lot of those square lights. I got to get some more. I bought a couple of interesting spotlights on Amazon. They'll be here. I'll talk about those on the pre-roll. They'll be here, I think, this Wednesday. They're like little magnetic lights. They're spotlights. And you kind of just magnet them to your shelf, and they light your fucking... Like, they display things, but I can use those for dioramas and shit like that. So I just got them quick to see. But yeah, man, I'm going to start spending on what's necessary, like shelving for the action figures. It's time for the money to go there, because I've been neglecting that for a while, because I just keep buying more figures and say, well, you're buying all these figures, but you're not displaying them. It's time to display them so that they're easier to get to when you want to shoot with them. Instead of digging them out of fucking bins, they'll be on the shelf. You can just, oh, here he is. So that's kind of where my mind is at. It's kind of over the fucking buying of toys now. It's the displaying and playing with them. Yeah, I think we're all getting there, Chuck. Like, everybody, like, look at fucking Savage Land. That guy now just customizes G.I. Joes over and over and over again, and he's building his own world, his own army, his own G.I. Joe team. He built fucking like the Wu-Tang Clan, the Knife Force. He's like doing it. And that's where we are now with these things. They overflooded the market, and now people are like, ugh. You know? What else is coming out? The He-Man Chronicles toys, I already got who I needed. I don't need anybody else. Nobody else appeals to me. I saw the movie. Movie was good. Still didn't appeal to me. I didn't walk out of there going, I need all those toys. Did not at all. I was like, all right, I got He-Man, I got Skeletor, and I got Scareglow. And King Grayskull. I'm like, that's it. That's all I need. What else do I fucking need? You know? There was nobody in that movie that kind of stood out for me to be like, oh, I have to have this character. So I don't care. Just nothing did it for me anymore. And that's when I realized, like, yo, I think you're out, dude. I think you've, like, literally got everything you need. I know. And that's the thing, dude. That's another thing. These things are getting expensive. They're getting expensive. Now you got to be selective. They're purposely making you be selective. You can't just buy in waves. But, dude, there was a point we were buying in droves, man. Like, I'm buying 2 or 3 at a clip of the same figure. Can't do that shit no more. They put the kibosh on it for us. Office Skeletor will be a must-have. That is funny. That was funny. He said, when he said human resources, I was the first one I actually laughed at. I was like, that was pretty funny. But, like, it sucks it only made $50 million. That sucks. And what even sucks more is that shitty scary movie made so much money, made 130. I really wish it would have just broke even, because I would really like them to make a second one. I mean, they might still, because I think streaming wise it'll be very popular, because it's a pretty fun movie to watch and just leave on in the background. So I think it'll get a lot of plays when it comes to streaming, and I'm hoping that kind of is like, all right, well, let's make another one, because I would really like to see this guy cook in a second movie now that He-Man's established, the universe is established, Eternia is established. Obviously, if you saw the fucking movie, you saw the cuts, the after credit scenes, you know everybody's still coming back, nobody's gone. You know, so I don't know. We'll get it on Amazon. I'm fine with that, Shane. As long as we get it. As long as we get it, I don't give a shit. I'm good with it. Because I liked that movie. I thought it was good. I liked Idris Elba as Man-at-Arms. Jared Leto was great as Skeletor. I thought it was great. I don't think he'll come back, because they say he didn't really like the film or anything like that. Like, he didn't support the film. If you notice, he wasn't on any of the press. So, I don't know, man. I hope we get a second one. I liked it. They casted that movie very well. Even the guy who played He-Man, I thought was great. I thought it was great. Could he have been a little bit more jacked? I guess. But no, I thought he looked great. He looked like He-Man. You know, I was good with it. The sword, to me, I have to have that replica sword. I loved the way they made everything look the way it should have. That's one thing I'm very, like, a lot of people say, the costumes like that. The costumes did not suck. As a cosplayer, they were great. Could he have a little bit more fur? I agree. Yes. But I was good with it. I was good with it all. You know, like, could he, like I said, and here's the thing. Who's to say in the second one he doesn't get extra jacked? You don't know. He's already established the base now. He's got the baseline. Now he's just got to grow on it. So let's not underestimate the fact that he won't get even more jacked in the second film. But it was a good movie. I thought it was good. I mean, look at Hugh Jackman from that first X-Men movie to fucking X-Men Origins Wolverine. There's a stark difference. He's a scrawny dude in the first two films. And then by X-Men Origins, he's shredded. And he looks like Wolverine. Or at least the best version of Wolverine that he could do. I don't be surprised if that guy does the same thing. Yeah, I think it was good. And I like the blue bodysuit that for Skeletor, that it was practical. Like, he just wasn't walking around in a black bodysuit with some dots on him. And they added the blue skin later. I'm glad that he had, like, the actual suit. And he had the cape on, the hood on, you know. They said he covered his face in blood. So, because, you know, obviously you're not going to see the skeleton head. The Cavill Wolverine toy, I saw that. I mean, that's cool. But again, a silly scene in a movie. Do we really need it? No. It's the same Wolverine buck. Just has little dirt stains on it. It's nothing new. It's like, I already have that Wolverine. I don't fucking need that. With just Henry Cavill's head on it. Yeah, the practical effects were great. The practical sets, the practical costumes, the props. I liked it all. I thought it was all fucking great. The director, to me, though, he's trying too hard to be like James Gunn. That was my only big issue with the film. The film was a little too fucking, you know, it wasn't too campy. I like that because it reminded me of the cartoon. The plot, there was too many holes. And it skipped around too much. That was my only complaint about the film. Everything else I enjoyed. Oh, and I agree with other people about the Princes of the Universe shouldn't have been in that movie. Yeah, I agree. 100%. That song didn't need to be there. But the only issue I had is the plot holes. There was too many. It jumped around. It didn't, like, it felt like he was speeding it up even though we had 2 hours and 13 fucking minutes. It's like, why are you speeding this whole process up? You know? Like, it seemed like he was sitting in that room when they were storyboarding. He's like, we don't need that. Cut it out. We don't need that, you know? And it's like the corny felt that. Yeah. Again, $30 for a head sculpt. Exactly, dude. I don't need Henry Cavill's Wolverine. I'm good. I'm good with all the comic book ones I already have. I don't need a new one. Let's see how this is. All right, so this is still kind of damp, but it's pretty. Dude, this is pretty good. Let's see. That got the texturing. It already looks like bark. It looks really good. Now, I guess from this point on, you could stop and do it. Like, that's it. If you wanted to say, all right, we're good. Let's start painting it. I guess, right? Yeah. So I think I'm going to add one more coat just for my own peace of mind. The top is going to be annoying, and up here you could really see the aluminum foil, and I don't want you to see that. So I'm going to add a little bit more paper towel to it. We'll do that right now. Like I said, if you have a good hot water, all that Mod Podge comes right off the brush. Well, here's the thing, Shane. The detail is on the paper towel. So it's like, I didn't create that. It's already on the paper towel. It's already here on this. That's how I got it in the sense. That's how I got it in the first place. And what we're going to do is do a little bit at a time to see. So if I lose detail, then I'll stop, you know? Because I'm using this Scott paper towel that has these wavy lines in them. And I did that on purpose because I wanted it to have the texture of the tree. I'm also going to rip the top where I'm going to glue down so that maybe it blends a little bit better. I don't have to try so hard because it's flat edge. It'd be easier maybe to sometimes I'm just spitballing here, of course. No. The foil is just creating like these like veins looking things. And I really, as cool as they are, I really don't need them there. I want the lines for the tree bark because it actually matches the branches. The branches have lines in them. So it actually all looks like it's supposed to be there. It's pretty fucking crazy. So I'm going to rip this in half again. So we'll use this one. Let me open the Mod Podge. Brush. Okay. Let's try this. All right. Brush on Mod Podge. All right. Let's see, shall we? Yeah, you don't lose the detail. All right. Okay. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. Fuck yes. Yeah, it's worked out pretty good. I'm glad we went on this journey together and figured this out together. I like learning together. looks great. Great. That looks fucking great. Okay. Put that there. Put that there like that. Yeah. Dudes, this is coming out really good. These are my favorite streams that you do, to be honest. I appreciate that, Shay. Crafting Mondays might move back to both YouTube and Twitch because I can do this on StreamYard. I don't have to do this on OBS. What's up, baby? I have a lot of skizzers. If you come around here in this top drawer, I found them all today. Shane and everybody says hello, by the way. Yeah. Maybe why? They heard you. I said you were dancing. She says hello, everybody. All right. In. I think it's actually kind of working. Holy shit. Would recommend. All right. Same thing again. We're going to do thin strips so that I can kind of maneuver it in. I'm going to do the other side of this branch here. Okay. Okay, dry's clear. I definitely needed to add a second layer because you could see right through into the aluminum foil. And I want this to have a little bit of a stronger structure. And I think the more layers of the shit you add, the stronger it's going to get. I could be crazy. You tell me. Sound off in the comments. It's a sound theory, I think. Cannon. Side here. Motherfucker, it's working nice. Motherfucker, it's working good. Alright. Give me 1 second. Okay. Think the Knicks lost, huh? Is that Knicks at 5? That looks good. That was smart. It was something telling me to do this. Right? Huh? Rip this in half as well. This is going to go on this side. Just trying to cover up any kind of remnants of. They did drop game 3. They'll get game 4. The streak had to end. They weren't going to sweep the Spurs. I knew that was, like I said the Knicks in 5. Knicks are going to win on San Antonio. They can't win in New York because these crazy fucking New Yorkers will burn the city into the ground. I mean, they still will, even if they do win. Okay. All right, ladies and gents, this is fucking coming out stellar. I mean, Maron. Doing the small one, the small bits, secondary, second batch here is the smart play. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. There you go. Right here that I gotta do something. Small piece. Oh shit, I just put a bunch of Mod Podge on my fucking mic stand. I have to wipe that off. It immediately adheres to itself. So once you get that first coat of paper towel Mod Podge, that second, it's going to go right on. Oh, that looks great and already kind of blends in. Definitely tear all the way around. Do not do straight edges, because the straight edges are what's killing me here. So you blend it much better this way. Okay. Let me just keep moving it around right here. Okay. I'm going to use all these small bits too. Letting it dry was smart. Definitely the smart play. I didn't take my own advice. I gotta blend it this way. All right. Ah, shit. All right. Yo, that looks so sick. All right, we're gonna do a little bit more, and then we're gonna call this a stream. All right. Okay. I think I've been at it almost 2 hours already. 2 hours, 18 minutes. Right here. Hey, Kaichu, what's up, bud? Yeah, we're adding texture to the tree now. Lob it on the tree, Tony, not your fucking mouse pad. Yo, I'm telling you, if you're gonna make a tree and you're gonna do it this method, go get Scott paper towel with the wavy lines. Make sure it has the wavy lines in it, and you'll get this kind of texture. It's pretty fucking awesome. It looks like a tree. You know, a lot of paper towels have like the little dots. They have like all kinds of, and just get the white. I mean, obviously it doesn't matter because you're going to spray paint it, obviously, or paint it, whatever. But just so you don't have like designs or anything like that, or any of those weird, like I said, they have those weird designs on. Do not get that. Get this with the lines, and you get the like a tree texture with it. I mean, you don't have to be specific if you want. If you want to like it, do it how you want. You can get the regular one with no lines, but you're not going to get this kind of fucking texture. Like, look at that. That looks like tree bark, man. I don't care what anybody says. I'm gonna do this side. I'm gonna wrap it up here by just doing a couple more right up here. Wherever I can kind of still see aluminum foil through the first layer. It's this specific paper towel, Kaiju. If you get this, you will get this great results, man. These are great results. The second round, I'm doing small strips instead of the bigger strips that I was doing the first one. The first one was really just to get the base coat, essentially. And if you take the straight edges off, it blends easier. Okay. Blends much nicer. Oh my god. Okay. So this is what I think I'm gonna do. Over the weekend, I'm gonna do the second tree. So by Monday, we can paint these motherfuckers. I don't want to postpone it any longer. Because you don't need to see me do this twice. I dare say, Shane, it got better texturing the second time around than the first. Shane, look at you producing my show. I appreciate you. Good idea. It's a really good idea, actually. Now I'm just trying to really blend the branches of the tree so that it actually looks like it all goes together. There you go. Exactly as I needed it. That's awesome, Justin. I'm excited to get all those Valorverse figures, open them up on Sunday. And like I said, what's cool is I have 2 of these trees. I don't have just one. I know a lot of people use paper towel rolls. You could use those. I'm not saying you can't. What I would do is I would take toilet paper ones, kind of cut the edges around this. It's much smaller. This is wrapping paper rolls. I would use wrapping paper rolls because you get better scale trees. Pretty good fucking texture, man. I gotta say. Like I said, you could, if you have the flat edge, because like I just fucked up again, I put the flat edge. Just take the end of your brush, push down on the edge, and it should start blending because it should start fraying. And it's not gonna matter because I'm gonna cover this up anyway because I gotta get the rest of this done. This looks so good, though. Oh my god. I'm very happy with this. Very happy with this. Considering I had no idea what I was doing. Never made a tree before. This is the first time I've ever done this. And for it to be coming out like this well, I'm impressed. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. Very impressed. It's 12:30. Okay. What I was doing the bottom here. Okay. All right. I think I know what I'm doing tomorrow while I'm waiting for the desk to be delivered. I'm gonna finish these goddamn trees. When I went to Stop and Shop to get the paper towels, I said to myself, they have to look a certain way. They have to have a certain kind of pattern to them so that you kind of get texturing without having to worry about creating it, you know? Hey. Fucking great. All right. Okay. Just trying to see where I gotta put this next one. real estate to hold. No problem, Shane. I appreciate you, bud. I'm about to do the same, man. Before I get that look. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you. All right. So, I have one more piece left, but I don't want to go crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting all these little pieces on. That on here. That's how we're going to finish the bottom here. We're going to finish it with all this scrap to get rid of it. Later than I thought it was. I just put Mod Podge on myself. Okay. It's starting to happen again, where it's starting to fight against myself. I have just a little bit left here, so very happy with how this turned out. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This was a good stream. I appreciate you hanging out for wee hours. We're almost done here. Just want a couple more scrap pieces here just to kind of fill out the bottom of my tree. fighting with myself whether or not I should add another coat of this shit, or if it's ready. We're gonna let it dry overnight. I'm gonna make that decision tomorrow when I wake up and I take a look at it. Right now, I don't think I'm going to have to, but we'll see. Yeah, we're gonna see. Got a lot of it here. Got some spots that I do gotta touch up. It's just one spot that I gotta do. Where was it? Right here. It's right here. Right here. Okay. Trying to blend them in, just edges in. All right. Ladies and gents, I think we're good. Tell me what you think. I think I know what you think. I want to hear it anyway. Come on. 80s fucking like. All right, here we go. Stop there for the night. If I keep going, I'll be up all night. So there we have it, our tree with some texturing. Let me just shut the light off here. You might be able to see a little bit better. All right. Close. So you can get an image of that texturing all the way around the tree. It goes up into the branches now, blends with the branches pretty fucking well. So great stuff today, guys. Great stuff. I appreciate you guys. So, got a bunch of shit I gotta throw out here. Wash that brush again. Let me seal this Mod Podge up. This far surpasses the expectations. I did not expect it to come out this good. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I did not expect it to come out this good. So the fact that it looks this good, man, I'm happy. I'm happy because it's just simple Mod Podge and paper towels. Watched it here live. I don't know if we'll ever find these at Michael's again. I'm gonna go look. I know in the coming months they're gonna start putting Halloween shit if they already haven't. Some people say they have. I don't know if that's true. But if it is true, then I'm gonna look for these branches. They were $6 a pop when they retailed. So right now that's what they would be. I'm not. Fuck that. I'm not paying that. If you wait till about September, that's when they start drastically cutting the price, and then by October they're down to like 50 cents or $1, whatever it was. So, but I want to get them. I want to continue to make more of these trees. If I could make like a baker's dozen, 12 or 13, that'd be pretty cool. Like you could just build your own little forest with these, But even so, I could sell it, because I would like to just kind of have an inventory of these, because I think these would sell. These look really good. They look really good. And once you add the vines, the roots at the bottom, and we counterbalance this with some heavy weights at the bottom so it'll sit. This is standing pretty good on its own right now. But when you really counterbalance this fucker, this thing ain't gonna go nowhere. This thing ain't gonna go nowhere. So I'm digging it. I'm digging it. If I could find bigger ones of these, you make a bigger tree, because I have a bigger cylinder in the garage. So if I could find bigger versions of these branches, I'll make an even bigger tree. Kind of almost like a redwood. But I think this is standard. This looks good. And the aluminum foil really gives it that oblong shape, and you really kind of see the tree take shape. You see it take form here. And this is really good. This came out really, really, really good. Exactly, Chuck. So, this is the second batch. I'm going to do a third, and then I'm going to paint them. Like I said, I'm going to do that off stream. By next Monday, both trees should be done, and we'll get ready for paint. Speaking of the first tree, so this is basically what the tree looked like before. This is what it looks like now, all textured up and ready to go. I'm excited to do this one next. I'm going to do this one probably tomorrow on my day off, while I wait for my desk to show up before I go to the doctor. And like I said, I plan to have these both done by Monday so that we can start painting them up and really look. What's crazy is I was going to throw these branches out. Literally, as I was cleaning the garage, I was like, what should I do? Should I toss these into trash? What should I do with them? And then I thought to myself, well, you're going to start crafting on Mondays. Why don't you try to make the tree that you wanted to make? Is why you bought those things in the first place. So try to make the tree. And originally I was going to make one big one out of the big mail cylinder that I had. But instead, I found the wrapping paper one instead, the roll. And I was like, you know what? I can make two if I cut this fucking thing in half. And I'm glad I did that, because now I got two trees. And I'm with this. I like this very, very much. So, people want trees for dioramas. This is the most likely, the most affordable 112s around. So this was not expensive at all. Get a wrapping paper roll at a Dollar Tree for $1. Toss all the wrapping paper if you don't want it, or just take it off the roll, wrap it up, put it off to the side when you need it. You got it. Find these at Michael's. You could just go outside, grab some tree branches, throw them in an oven so you can cook all the bugs off of them, and then you can put that on instead if you wanted like a real tree. Your call. You could go the wire route where people just start using wires and they make their own branches and you just coat the whole fucking thing in hot glue. There's a lot of options I saw out there, people doing. I think this is the most easiest, most cost effective. You don't have to buy all that wire. A lot of hot glue was going to be used to do all that. This seems to be just find these things at Michael's when they're clearance. Be patient. Don't spend $7 on. I think they're $6. I think it was $5.99. So don't spend $6 on them. Wait till they get clearance. People don't really buy all of these things. Most of the time, this fucking shit just falls by the wayside. And you can find these clearance at Michael's and Dollar Tree. Easy, you know? Listen, I'm trying to do it on both facets, Chuck. All right? I'll teach you how to do it if you don't want to pay, you know? But if you want, I will have these for sale. So if you just want to buy them outright, you don't want to do it, we will be making these for sale when I'm done with them. So, and when I'm done with them, after I'm done shooting with them, they will go up on the Etsy. But I don't want to hoard anything. I don't want you to think that I'm bamboozling you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to buy them, you want to make them yourself. I just gave you the blueprint. Make them yourself. You know, just let me know how you did it and how it came out. Show you how it works, you know? But keep your eyes out. When you go to craft stores, man, when your wife wants to go to the craft store, don't roll your eyes and say, fuck, I don't want to go to that. Go. You'll be surprised what you find at those fucking places. And you'll be surprised what you find for cheap. Because that's really the name of the game here, is cheap, affordable props for your toys. You know? Because we all want them now. Because like I said, we're all reaching the end of the rope on the whole collecting toys thing. Now it's either you display them or you play with them. It's one or the other. Because they're just going to keep making toys, going to keep emptying your wallet. So it's up to you what you want to do. I'm like I said, I'm to a point now where it's time to play and it's time to world build. So that's what all of this, that's why I started crafting on Mondays. And because that's essentially where my mind is at now. So I appreciate you, man. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I will see you tomorrow for Crime Boss Tuesdays, where I'll be playing with Brandon, some GTA. I'm trying to get the whole crew back together, but we'll see. My wife, the game was taking forever to download. I don't think she's done. We're going to do it tomorrow right before we go to work. I'm going to start the download for her. So this way, hopefully, it'll be done by the time we get back. And we can play some GTA together. I want her to play. So, yeah. I appreciate you guys, man. Have a great rest of your evening. Take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow. And as always, stay baked. Deuces, everybody.